What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we are just going to do a quick little update on how the state of the market is looking like right now. Are we going to continue going down lower, or are we going to start bouncing from here on out? So if you want to figure out exactly what is next for Bitcoin as well as the entire crypto market in general, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video. But for now, before I get into it, if you haven't already followed me on _the_art_of_crypto on Twitter, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing any coins that I might be looking at, as well as any market updates that I cannot share on YouTube due to time constraints, because it does take some time to make a video. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check out the Twitter. But for now, let's get back into Bitcoin. So to those of you who watched my previous Bitcoin video, I did call the top at 69k, and indeed that is what happened. And yesterday, about 24 hours before I recorded this video, I did call that Bitcoin just tapped into this order block, right? It's a bearish order block at 66,300 to 66,400. We will be going down from here. So that is exactly what we got. And just to identify, just to explain how I stumbled upon that, that level, it is not arbitrary. This right here, this line right here is going to be your bearish order block. And if you do not know what is a bearish order block, it is something that I talk about a lot. And it is basically just where institutions or hedge funds or market makers or whatever, they like to push the price to like in between order blocks in order to cover their positions, right? In net longs, net shorts, whatever. So this is why like order blocks is such a big weapon in my trading arsenal, because you can accurately predict like where is the top and where is the bottom for many things. For example, I called, like back then, I called for Bitcoin bottom to be at 58,200. Granted, we did go to 57,900, but you can see that that was indeed the bottom, right? Very close to the bottom. And that is where we bounced for like 20% gains. Same concept here. So what's next, right? What's next, you might be wondering. So first off, I'm really going to want you to pay attention to this level at 60k, because if we lose 60k, and at the moment it is looking like we will lose 60k, there is a very good chance that we are going to go back to 58,000, like at the very least, 58,200, 58,300. That is going to be a potential bottom, right, for Bitcoin. But however, this is the actual level that I'm looking for is actually 53,000. Because if you watch my video yesterday on Solana, I actually discuss a lot about how the markets move. Why does the markets go to how was I able to predict that the market was going, like Bitcoin was going to go to 69,000? And how was I able to predict 58,200 was going to be the bottom? And that is through the use of liquidity, right? It is through my understanding of liquidity and how the markets like to move. So in this case, just a very simple rundown. Again, I'm going to link that video on the top right hand corner so you can check it out if you want to. But otherwise, just a very simple rundown of that mechanic is the fact that the markets like to move between phases of it gyrates between points of high liquidity, and once it takes out the liquidity, it moves to the next point of high liquidity. So just to explain this a little bit to you, I want you to imagine this way. Anybody who went long at this point right here, right? I want you to imagine this. Anyone who went long between this block, right, like this whole period right here, or even above here, whatever, they would have gotten a free ride to a new Bitcoin all-time high. And when that happens, everyone's going to be like imagine if you were going long, where would you realistically place your stop loss? I would assume like somewhere right beneath this level, yeah? And trust me, you're not the only one who is thinking about, oh, this is going to be a strong support. So the market makers know this as well. And so oftentimes what you will find is that the market likes to take out the liquidity before going on the next move. So I want you to imagine everyone's stop losses is right beneath this level. And that's why price is attracted to this level. Again, there is a whole video that I made that goes into the in-depth mechanics of this. So again, I will link it on the top right-hand corner. It will tell you also when the markets have switched bullish or when the markets have switched bearish. Something you're going to want to check out if you want to understand the market a little bit more. So at the moment, the next point of liquidity, right? The reason why I explain about liquidity is because this point of liquidity right here is going to be very key. So if you just pay attention to Bitcoin, everyone who went long at any point in this cycle right here, any point, you could just set your stop loss right here and it would not have touched it at all. So basically, what I'm trying to say is there is a good chance that there is a good amount of liquidity trapped at this area. And if you bring up an order flow profiler, you will see exactly what I mean right there. So what I'm saying is that if Bitcoin loses 58,000, right, I'm saying it right now, if Bitcoin loses 58,000, there's a very good chance that we are going to go back to 53,000 because that is where the liquidity is located at. And I do believe that that is going to be a point of very high pain for a lot of people. So maybe the price is going to go to 58k and people are going to be like, oh yeah, that's not too bad, that's not too bad. But if it goes all the way to 53k, people are going to be like, that is painful. I did not expect Bitcoin to go this low. I am screwed. I just got liquidated. I lost all my money. I cannot go long anymore. And that is what the market makers ultimately want to achieve, because believe it or not, 90% of people in any kind of a financial market are losing money, right? Only 10% of traders make money, and that 10% includes the market makers. So I do believe that 53k is going to be a point of maximum pain. And if we do get there, like, yeah, sure, you can go ahead and build a long at this level right here. In fact, I will be. But in the event, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I doubt it will happen. But if it happens, then I just want you to be prepared for it. So if it does lose 53k, then I do believe the bottom is going to come, like the temporary bottom, right? Just like how I predicted that 58k was going to bounce, right? That was the bottom. I'm predicting that this level right here at 49k, right? 49k, give or take 48k 300, somewhere about there, 48k 400 is going to be the bottom for Bitcoin. In the event that it does lose 53,000 and it goes all the way back there, I do believe that is going to be the bottom before an ultimate next move. Granted, we might chop around a little bit at that level. We might chop around a little bit, or maybe not that low, but we might chop around a little bit before moving upwards. But just like how you got a reaccumulation phase back at 30k right here, back here, something similar is probably going to happen. But I really do not want you guys to be panicking, because I really want you guys to understand that these 2 months, right, we're in November right now, so these 2 remaining months heading into the end of the year is going to give you some of the best buying opportunities in your lifetime, right, for crypto, before an ultimate, continued uptrend during maybe late December, maybe early January, where we will go on probably a 6-month to 12-month uptrend. So if you really want to get those 10x gains, maybe even 20x, then you really want to pay attention to these 2 months right here. Again, this is an update that I have already, updated in the private Discord group. So if you want to get access to these updates like in real time, as well as all the coins that I'm looking at, and don't worry, I'll post some of those coins on Twitter as well as on YouTube. So for those of you who, cannot afford this, I will be posting them for free as well, because I do love you guys. And if not for you guys, there is no way that I would be doing what I do right now. I mean, as a content creator, fundamentally, I'm still a trader and I don't really need to create content, but hey, creating content is fun, and getting all the DMs and comments down below saying that I have helped you guys make a lot of money, or maybe just taught you guys something new, really makes this an amazing process. And it's just amazing to do what you do and then have people tell you, hey, this is how much you helped me, helping people make $200,000, helping somebody I remember somebody texted me recently saying that I turned him into a millionaire. Can't exactly find where that DM went, but yeah, it's just amazing. So yeah, I got a little bit sidetracked there. So let's go back to the market. So yeah, you want to look for a potential bounce at 53k. That should be close to the bottom, and if not, 49k to 48, 300, 400-ish is going to be the bottom for Bitcoin. And expect something like this reaccumulation phase to carry on, right? It's going to go something like this, maybe something like this. It's sort of like a 3-point, like a 3-tap process, and then bam, right? Something like that. That is something that is totally in the books. And for those of you who are looking to open swing positions, I would be patient, right? Just be patient. Watch how the market plays out, because like a lot of traders, they fall into the trap of thinking like every day should be a trading day. But in reality, it is rarely the case. Not every day, not every week, not every month is going to be a trading, a good, whatever time period that is for trading. And that is just a fact of the matter. For those of you who are getting way too impatient about jumping into positions, that's how you get wrecked. So seriously, until market conditions calm down a little bit, you really want to, just take a chill pill, right? Because if you go look at Bitcoin Volatility Index, you can see that we have pretty much been consolidating for a very good period of time. And if this move really takes us back down to 58k or whatever, we are not going to stop here at 4 points. There is no way we are stopping here. So absolutely pay attention to this point right here at 8.77. I do believe that is going to be pretty close to the end of the Bitcoin volatility. If it gets here, then there is a good chance that we will already be at 58k and the bottom is already in. So if you were looking to time your entries on your altcoins or Bitcoin, you could definitely time it with this level right here. And as you can see right now, Bitcoin has broken, like it has indeed broken 60k. So 58k is definitely in the books. So as you know, as right now I am updating you guys on YouTube, you guys, I'm updating the Discord group live as well. Again, all of these are, you know, scenarios that we have prepared for, and sadly I didn't make a YouTube video about this earlier, otherwise you guys would have been prepared, but hey, at least better late than never, yeah? So the Bitcoin Volatility Index tells you a lot about like when a move is going to end, and in my opinion, like the way you use this is just mark out some key support and resistance points, right? For example, every time the Bitcoin volatility reaches about 9 points, you can see that it just, you know, comes back down, reaches here, comes back down, right? So that is like what I mean by resistance. And in my opinion, this is like, in my experience, this is a very good way to figure out when is the end of the Bitcoin move, and definitely pay attention to this one. At the moment, Bitcoin dominance is bouncing really hard as well. It is probably going to go to 45 by the end that all of this is done, but really for now, like, and just like how I have mentioned in the Discord group, patience is going to pay, like absolutely patience is going to pay. Expect this kind of downtrend to continue for the next, I don't know, 2 weeks. So seriously, if you're looking to start any new positions, like just be patient, right? The time will come to buy, and the time, that kind of a time, right? I'm just going to teach you how to tell when that time is here. It is when everyone in the market is freaking the heck out, thinking everything's going to go to zero, everything's dying, this is the end of crypto, welcome to the bear market. When you get that, right, when people stop talking about crypto, and I do believe that that point is going to come after you have this sort of like a 3 point, yeah, something like this, right? At this point, I want you to just think to yourself, what happens if Bitcoin goes to 49k? Absolutely everything is going to collapse. So this is going to be the time to buy. In my opinion, this is going to be very close to the bottom, but we have, like, Bitcoin is a fractal sort of crypto, and by fractal, I mean, it likes to repeat the things that it has done in the past a lot. So it's either going to be a 2 point, right, a 2 tap, and then bam, right? So that is going to be like a 2 tap, so somewhere about 53k, which is my theory, or it's going to be a 3 tap, like last time, 1, 2, 3, right? Something like that. And that is going to be, you know, your 3 tap process. So in my opinion, we really do not go back to 49k, but if you do go back to 49k, that is going to be the bottom, in my opinion. You heard it here first. Feel free to fact check this in the future when this happens, but otherwise 53k is going to be the level to watch. Now, since we are looking at Ethereum, might as well just, you know, cover everything at once. So Ethereum, I really do not see like any reasonable like area where I would like to buy into Ethereum, at least not before 4k, right? I do believe we go below 4k, like probably the only, like the first level that I would really be looking at is probably likely 3900, but otherwise I'm not really counting on that level as well. You could if you wanted to, but my biggest orders, personally speaking, is going to be located at about 3700 to 3550. In my opinion, these two levels is going to be the bottom, if not very close to the bottom. So sure, you can go ahead and buy some Ethereum at 3900, but this is just where I will personally be putting the majority of my orders at. And at the moment, because you have fallen below this trend line right here, expect a retest of this trend line to be, you know, a potential short idea. And in this case, it's going to come in somewhere at about this level. So once Ethereum goes back up to about 4600, expect some kind of a rejection, potentially continuing on with its 2 tap, 3 tap process. In my opinion, this is going to be how it looks like, because right here is, so I don't know where this is going to end up, probably here. So the next move, probably going to go back up to 4600, and then you're going to go to your areas of value, 3900, 3700, and 3550, either one. Either way, that is going to be the levels that you're going to want to be paying attention to, and make sure that you take advantage of everyone's fear, because everyone's going to be freaking out. It's not a level that people will expect, and if it does happen, brilliant, right? Please do not miss out on this buying opportunity, if you know what I mean. Either way, there is no reason to panic, right? Absolutely no reason to panic. We saw all of this coming, and if you were someone who was busy opening positions up here, then I hate to break it to you, but you only have yourselves to blame. So just take this as a lesson, right? And do not, like, just understand that I did not open any new positions on Ethereum, like at any of this point. In fact, my Ethereum position was back in like 2700. So at this point right here, you really should not be opening any new positions. And sure, are you going to miss out on some pumps? Yeah, absolutely, you're going to miss out. But think of it this way, right? Would you rather miss pumps, or would you rather lose money? Because losing your money, it's going to be very impossible or very hard to recover any money that you lose. But you know, missing pumps, there's hundreds of pumps happening every single day, and money is abundant, right? So yes, you really do not need to be trading for these 3 weeks, just as you know how I have not been opening any new swing positions in the last pretty much 3 weeks to 4 weeks. I have just been taking it easy. All the positions I opened were back here when everyone was losing their minds, saying everything was going to zero. And that is sort of the mindset that I hope that you will adopt, right? Don't get too excited when everyone's talking about it. Get excited when everyone's freaking out. If that is the only change that you make to your trading, it is going to serve you greatly. And I mean greatly. And just to hit home with this idea with you, I really want you to comment down in the comment section below, buy fear, sell greed, if you are still watching until this point, just as a little reminder for yourselves and as well as to help this video boost its YouTube algorithm. You know, it's a small gesture, but it will really help me out a lot. If you want access to all of my market updates, all of my trades, trading education where you figure out what works, discard 90% of the things that don't work, join the group where people are making money literally every single day, then you are going to want to check out the link in the description below so that perhaps you are not as caught off guard by things like this happening next time, because I do update everything on my private Discord group. But otherwise, may the gains be with you, my friend. Stay safe and peace.